Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We gotta add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. Well, it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been bigger. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your week daily morning show where we bring you the latest and everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about a drop that could be coming at any moment on Bitcoin. As you well know, Bitcoin has been in a massive rally over the last 90 days, and coming up very soon, we could see a fall on Bitcoin from $41,500, where it is currently trading, down to $38,500 for one very important reason that we are going to discuss in this episode of Coffee and Crypto Live. If you'd like to understand why a drop may be coming to Bitcoin, why that's actually not a scary thing, but actually one of the best things that could happen to Bitcoin, and how we can make the most of that movement, then you found the right place, and stay tuned because we're going to be covering all of that. If you're new here, my name is Jeb McAfee. I've been doing technical analysis in the cryptocurrency space for over 6 years. We've got almost 3,000 videos here on the YouTube channel, and I love bringing you guys content where I teach you how to analyze markets, because I firmly believe that if you understand how to read price action charts, then you'll understand how to analyze the rest of the markets, because all of the other fundamental on-chain sentiment, fear and greed analysis, all of that comes right back into the charts. And if you understand how to read the charts, then you will understand the rest of that analysis, because that's what it all leads back to. And with that understanding of markets, you will be able to trade and profitably invest in a way that will help you reach what I call financial sovereignty, which is having a state where you are so in control over your finances that you don't have to worry about being enslaved to your money and your possessions. And that is where I want you to be, so that you can save for retirement, so that you can retire early if you want, so that you can pay for your kids' college, so that you can get out of medical debt or IRS debt or credit card debt, or whatever it is, whatever the reason is that you're trying to make life-changing wealth. I believe that technical analysis and financial sovereignty are the two tools that are going to really help you reach for that control over your finances. So welcome to Coffee and Crypto. Let's go ahead and read some chat, and then we're going to jump straight on into it. We got a lot to talk about today. Really excited to be here. Christina Orozco said, Buenos dias. Buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? Sean O'Brien is in chat. Grand Roofing Incorporated. Joe Boley or Greg Wilkman said, what's up, Jeb? Or he said, yo, 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 Jeb. Quinn Daughtery is in chat. Crypto Mini Bike. Kenneth Battaglia. That's a cool name. That sounds like, that's very fun to say. Mr. Check 1984. This is a Jeb party morning. That's my favorite. Well, no, actually, not really. Carter Elzinga said, let's go. Victor Sleeps is in chat. Someone said, Quinn said, what's up, Grand Roofing Incorporated? You're a celebrity in here. That's right. He is. He's here every single day. Speaking of, Grand Roofing said, everyone smash them likes before you forget for the best crypto channel out there. Jeb does an amazing job and saves us all time and teaches us. It's quick and simple. Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. We got Alex Nybo in chat. One House Productions said, yeah, let's go. Phyllis Kills 1428. Said, morning, Jeb. I'm back from vacation, making money poolside with the TA learned from you, brother. Well, thank you. The Dusty Hunt is in chat. AS Silasy Borg, Quinn Daughtery again, and Jacqui Walters, and TJ Sports Cards, and Adrian Christia, and Crypto Ohio, and Kuyori Segun, and Jonathan Hamilton. All right, well, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Before we even get started, I do want to let you know that we do have a new sale running that I am just absolutely thrilled to share with you. And that sale is over on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you guys are not familiar with CT2A, that is the one-stop shop to learn everything that you need to know about technical analysis so that you can hit the ground running and start nailing it in the cryptocurrency space. Because I firmly believe, as I said earlier, that if you understand TA, that is the single most important tool, that in having a decent grasp of your personal finances, that is the single most important tool that you will ever learn to being successful in the cryptocurrency space. It is where I have made my money in the cryptocurrency space. It is how I've been able to read the charts, as you're about to see us do, And for a limited time only until Christmas Day, at the end of Christmas Day, you can get 20% off the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy with coupon code Christmas2023. That link is in the description box. Down below, a lifetime access with that coupon code runs you about $800. With CT2A annual subscription, that'll bring it from $347 a year down to $277.60 for the first year. And you're going to be getting access to over 45 videos where we teach you everything that you need to know about technical analysis so you can hit the ground running, guys. There's over 10 hours of content in here, and you're going to learn how to become a successful cryptocurrency analyst, and analysis is the gate and key to success in cryptocurrency. So that's really all that needs to be said on it. More on that later, but let's go ahead and jump straight on over to drum roll, please. Boom. Always been one for festivities. Bitcoin right now trading at 41,500. It's up 0.4% in the last hour, but broadly speaking, Bitcoin has had a bearish week, especially the last 5 days or so. That being said, it is still trading and sitting at $800 billion, so nothing to be too concerned about there. Ethereum is sitting at $2,162, down 2.5% in the last 7 days. Solana's still up in the last 7 days, up to $70. Cardano is going through its correction. If you watched our video last week on Cardano, in that video, we talked about how Cardano may drop all the way down to, I believe it was as low as 50 cents before going to a much larger rally. And so the reason that that's important, this video right here, 16,000% last time Cardano did this, it happened again. This video right here, I talked about how Cardano might go through a correction first because it had rallied so far. If you look at the Cardano price action chart, you're going to see that it had gone through this absolutely meteoric rally, nothing that we had seen in years. It was a nearly 200% movement on ADA. And so we predicted that Cardano might go up to 65 to 70 cents, but it may end up having a correction down as low as potentially 40 cents, maybe not quite that low, but a correction nonetheless. And many of the altcoins right now are in corrective territory. Avalanche is up in the last 7 days, but it is still correcting over the last 2 days. Dogecoin is taking a dive. Tron's taking a dive. DOT is taking a dive. Chainlink is taking a dive. Polygon's taking a dive. Sheeb had a large blow-off, but then it's actually taking a dive right now. Internet Computer had a huge rally, as you guys know, up to $10.26, but it's taking a bit of a correction over the last 2 days. And there's a lot of reasons that this may be happening. One of them probably has to do with the FTX bankruptcy plan. If you guys are not familiar with FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried founded that company, and it imploded on itself about a year ago right now. About 13 months ago, absolutely imploded on itself. The bankruptcy plan that's being filed right now states that FTX is going to attempt to get back about 90 to 100% of all creditors' value, but it will be valued at the time that FTX went bankrupt. And unfortunately for everyone who had money on FTX, Bitcoin is worth over double right now what it was when FTX went bankrupt. So as far as we can tell, that is value going to be based on US dollar value, which the United States dollar has not even traded sideways, it's inflated. So even if you put $100 in FTX and got $100 back, you might as well be getting $90 back, and you missed out on the Bitcoin that money was invested in. Right? So that could be some of the bearishness that's going on here. But in general, I think the market just is taking a breather. I think it's just taking a time to cool off and reset. And so with that in mind, we move on to looking at this market here on Bitcoin. And it is my goal, it is my job to bring you as down-to-earth analysis as I possibly can. It is not my deal. It is not my ideal method here to try and freak you out or scare you or hype you. I want to be real with you. That's my goal, because I believe that is the way that you're going to make money. Let me put it this way. If I am super sensationalist to the point where I'm lying to you, now don't get me wrong, I'm going to try and get your attention. It's marketing. That's what we do, right? You do the same thing. If you want somebody to listen to a story, you're like, hey, check this out. This one time it did that. You try and get attention, right? If there's something you want somebody to hear, you're going to try and get their attention. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to mislead you. And I'm not going to blow things out of proportion, because that would be serving me. And I don't want to do that. I want to serve you. And then I know that whatever I need will happen so long as I serve you. That's a servant mentality that I want to adopt. So it's my goal to be as level with you as possible. And with that in mind, Bitcoin is not, I repeat, Bitcoin is not in some doomsday crash right now, as some would have you to believe. This is a healthy and this is an expected movement. This is not a movement where I'm going to try and freak you out, because this is a good thing so far as it stands. Now, things can change and things can obviously become more bearish, But for the time being, what we are witnessing here on Bitcoin is healthy. So let's break it down. On the daily chart, starting with Bitcoin went through a massive rally starting here in the later part of September. The entirety of the rally was a nearly $20,000 movement in the span of 90 days. That was almost 1% a day. Huge, 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 huge movement. Something that you want to keep in mind is that it's been a very long time since Bitcoin has rallied anywhere near this far, this quickly. And during that time, Bitcoin has held above the 20 daily exponential moving average almost the entire time. Removing the drawings for a moment, you can see this moving average helps us to define when Bitcoin is in uptrends and when Bitcoin is in downtrends. You can see going back into the earlier part of 2023, there are many times where Bitcoin would come back and correct on this this moving average and then bounce and then continue. Same thing here. We would bounce on the movement here on the 28th of March, for example, here on the 3rd of April, for example, here on the 9th of April, for example, bounce and rally. When we started to fall below this movement was when we started to have early warning signs of correction. And when we started to break above this moving average is when we started to have early warning signs of a new rally. You can see the trend here. As we're holding above the 20 daily EMA right here on the daily chart in early July, we're doing well. As soon as we start to fall below it, that's when the correction really started. Here on the 13th of September, when we broke the 20 daily exponential moving average, that is honestly about the day that you could say this whole rally started, especially with the benefit of hindsight. And generally speaking, ever since then, Bitcoin's been above the 20 daily EMA. Right now, we are at a decision point. So far, this correction has been roughly 10% in total at maximum. During a healthy bull market, and I believe I just saw somebody say this in chat too. Yes, I, the beholder, just said the exact same thing that I'm about to say. In a healthy bull market, you will oftentimes see between a 30 to a 40% drop. During the 2016-17 bull market, one of the reasons why it was such a long period of healthy, sustained growth was because of the large corrections. Think about it a little bit like if you're a, let's think about if you're an investment banker. One of the things that investment bankers do is they work 100 hours a week and they make 400 grand a year, but they have absolutely no life and their family relationships go to pot and they're stressed out and they age 10 years into and they absolutely burn themselves out. And the reason that people go into investment banking is they try and do it for 2, 3 years, 4 years at most, make $1 million or $2 million, invest it, and then with that experience, they can go be a chief financial officer at some company making $120,000 a year, $150,000 a year, working 35 to 45 hours a week, and they can relax and they can chill and they can rest. But in that time, they burn it at both ends and they are burnt out. And that's what happens when you just moonshot and then you crash. And that's kind of what we saw happen in the last bull market. You saw Bitcoin just absolutely go parabolic, go crazy, working the 120-hour-a-week schedule for 4 years, burnt itself out, and then Bitcoin just couldn't go any further. It was stunted. It could not go any further than $65,000. The entire rally happened in 90 days, more or less, and then the rest of the time we were just sitting up here on Bitcoin. Now, altcoins were popping off like popcorn kernels, but Bitcoin had done its whole rally so quickly. During the 2016-17 bull market, we saw something much more healthy, where Bitcoin would, to continue the analogy, Bitcoin's working 50 to maybe 40 to 50, maybe 60 hours a week, and it's taking a vacation every 3 to 4 months. It's a more healthy, more sustainable lifestyle that Bitcoin was undergoing. And so the rally, instead of lasting 90 days, lasted 850 days. And so when you see those large, healthy corrections, it's a good thing. It's not my desire for Bitcoin to have a blow off top and be at 150K next summer. It might happen, but that's not what I'm hoping for. That's not what I'm hoping for at all. Now, ultimately, what I'm hoping for is about as important as pot. It does not matter in the slightest to Bitcoin. But I am hoping that Bitcoin has large corrections. And you're hearing me say that even though we've started dollar cost averaging up here. I don't care about the timing. I do not care about the timing with dollar cost averaging. Could not care less. You know the reason I want Bitcoin to drop? Because it'll be healthier, which means the bull market will last longer, which will bring about more trust and more institutional acceptance for Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency market than if we had a blow off top, and it gives us more time to invest in the market. And another reason is because it gives us a longer period of crypto summer. Right? I would rather have the bear market happen in 90 days and have the bull market last 2 years rather than have the bull market happen in 90 days and the bear market last 2 years. All right, so that gives us some perspective on what Bitcoin is doing right now. We've rallied 90% in 90 days. Very fast. Bitcoin needs a correction. It's dropped 10% so far. I believe that there is likely at least a $3,000 drop coming from here if nothing changes, and a big part of the reason for that shows up down on the hourly chart. If we look at the hourly chart and I start clearing out some of this analysis that we were doing last week here, it's a little bit easier to see. if we look down here at the hourly chart, we are going to see something very simple. There's a downtrend. Technical analysis does not have to be complicated, guys. There's a downtrend, and it's pushing us into support. We have come down and tested this support zone, this zone right here. I'm not going to remove because it's important. That is the Fibonacci golden pocket, which we were so excited to be above. Now it's acting as support. That is the Fibonacci golden pocket from the all-time high, by the way. That is this Fibonacci golden pocket from this all-time high retracement right here. $69,000 down to $15,500. If you look, it now depending on where you draw it, it can move around a little bit, but the point is, it's roughly sitting right around there. The golden pocket is somewhere in this zone, and Bitcoin is finding support on it. It's also finding support on this longer-term uptrending level of support that's been in effect all year. We thought it was pretty cool that Bitcoin managed to get above that uptrend. It's a steep uptrend, guys. It is a difficult uptrend for Bitcoin to get above, and Bitcoin managed to do it. So it's sitting above strong support right now, but there is continued sell pressure into this support. Bitcoin is hitting that support pretty darn hard. You can see it here on the daily chart. You can see the wicks dropping here below the 20 daily exponential moving average. There's a bunch of support. You got the 20 daily EMA. You got this uptrend. You got $40,000 flat. That's a big even. You've got the zone of support between 61.8 and 65. All of those things are great, but you've got MACD dropping hard, and it's not showing any signs of stopping. You can see the RSI is dropping hard. The moving average on RSI is dropping hard. Is it possible that we've reset enough and we'll bounce here and rally? Absolutely. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's going to drop 30 or 40% right now, even though I kind of wish it would drop down to like 30 grand. I'm not saying it's going to drop down to 31.8. What I am saying is that there is a strong possibility that we briefly breach some of this support, fall down, and then bounce and rally a little bit higher, and we put in one more top. And the market that I will draw an analogy to would be this one over here. Think about January and February of this year. We had a massive rally, followed by a small correction, and we briefly breached below the 20 exponential moving average. We briefly breached below a critical Fibonacci level. This is the 0.236 level right here at 22,000. 22,808. If you remember that level, that's right here. 22,808, huge level, very important. We broke below several levels for a brief moment, and then we had one final leg up before we had a major correction. I think that we're about here, and we're probably about to see this movement here, briefly breaching below the support before we bounce up and rally again. Because if we look at the MACD and RSI and everything, this was a large enough correction to drop RSI down to 50, drop MACD almost back down to baseline, and it was a very large corrective movement. Now, this time, I think that this movement would probably not be so small. It would probably be a lot larger because there is a ETF approval coming in soon. So I'm not necessarily saying we're going to just drop with a 25% correction in a month or two like we would have if we followed that analogy perfectly. But I do think the analogy works to the effect that we're going to see a small drop followed by a much larger rally. Could I be wrong? Absolutely I could. But that's my hunch right now. I'm willing to go out on a bet and let you guys know that that's what I'm thinking. Why $3,000 though? I didn't pull that number out of nowhere. I didn't pull that number out of you-know-where just to get you on the video. I pulled that number from the CME futures chart. If you're not familiar with CME futures, they were the first futures product for Bitcoin that was really on the mainstream over on Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and they launched the day of the previous all-time high at $20,000. Literally the exact day. The day they launched, the bear market started. So they didn't have the best reputation for a long time. But one of their reputations also is for having gaps. In the stock market, you have gaps in the market, and essentially what that means is that in between market close and market open, the market can move. And so you're left with these gaps. A good example of a gap is one right here on the stock market. See, we closed the day here at 440 points on S&P, opened the next day at 445, which meant that there is a gap over on S&P. If we go back to CME futures, the thesis goes that if there is a gap on CME futures, then that gap is going to be filled. That is not 100% foolproof, if some people will tell you, because there is actually a gap, a very small gap, but a $25 gap nonetheless, down here at 11 grand. And I don't know about you, I'm pretty confident that Bitcoin is not going back down to $11,000. I do not see that happening at all. That being said, there is a gap on Bitcoin right now, depending on whether you look at it by wick or by body. That gap is right here at the bottom at 39.6. all the way up to 40,350. Pretty large gap, and it's not far away. If you go by the candle bodies, it drops all the way down to 39.2. Well, where is Bitcoin trading right now? 41.5. if we drop down here, we're looking at a $2,500 rally, and on a wick, sometimes you'll go a little bit further. We could potentially drop down as low as $38,500 on a wick briefly, and then bounce and rally. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to send those likes into a rally. Thank you very much. It helps to support the channel if you're enjoying the content. If you're not enjoying the content, don't bother. But if you're enjoying the content, a like is very much appreciated. So, why that level? Why only the CME futures gap? Why wouldn't Bitcoin go even farther to the downside? Well, the bulls are very strong. The bulls are very strong right now. Despite them taking a breather, this still, just to be honest, looks like a breather, right? This is not a correction here that seems like it's going to last forever. This does not strike us based on all of our sentiment analysis, based on all the technical analysis, based on everything that I can see. It does not strike me as a massive market reversal. It just doesn't. What it does strike me as is a much needed correction so that Bitcoin bulls can lock in profits. And I'm very excited that people are able to do that. That is going to lead to a certain degree of reset. And the longer that Bitcoin stays around these levels, around 45, the longer the bulls are going to have to lock in profits. And so we're very excited that that is going to happen. It's good news for the cryptocurrency space. So what does this mean moving forward? Moving forward, there are a couple of factors you want to keep in mind. First and foremost, the Santa Claus rally. If you've never heard of a Santa Claus rally, it goes a little something like this. Up on the rooftop, click, click, click. Down through the resistance came old Saint Nick, and he left a bunch of presents down by the tree, and what did he see? A bunch of little green candles. And Bitcoin goes through a moonshot. And it happens right around Christmas every time. Sometimes it happens a little bit later. Last year, happened on into January. I guess we were in Puerto Rico because we were celebrating Three Kings Day, right? Three Kings Day is January 6th. It is the Puerto Rican version of Christmas. And so January 6th, the rally started. So Santa Claus rally came a couple of weeks late last year. But going back to many different years, a lot of times you see a little bump around Christmas. Call it Christmas cheer, festivities, whatever. Here we saw a 14% rally in the 2021. Going back the year before that, at the end of 2020, for example, I mean, the end of 2020, obviously, Bitcoin was going through a massive rally. It started the last leg of the movement up to $42,000 on Christmas. And so, typically speaking, Bitcoin does pretty well right around Christmas. And a similar thing happened here. We saw a quote-unquote Santa Claus rally start on the 17th of December, rally over the course of 7 days up until the very eve of the fun day. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, it does mean that historically there is a trend, so we should think about it and keep it in the back of our mind. Historically, a lot of times people get excited about Bitcoin around Christmas. Call it festive cheer. What I think that a lot of it is that people get together around the holidays, and so there's extra communication. Because as much as we want to believe that social media is social, it really isn't, and most people don't talk. So when everybody gets together and they have the happiest day of the year, Christmas Day, then they end up talking about Bitcoin. And on a year like this, when in the last 90 days Bitcoin has nearly doubled, and you're having conversations like a conversation I had just 2 days ago where I'm like, hey, just so you know, I'm investing in these altcoins. I'm investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum. You might want to consider doing that as well. I'm having these conversations with people in my life. Many people are doing that, and that brings buy pressure. And we should not ignore the possibility of many new people hearing about Bitcoin, or old scorners of Bitcoin hearing about it and saying, oh, what? Wait a minute, really? It's not dead? It was at 15.5 last I heard. Didn't FTX, wasn't FTX all over the news? That's like TMZ's wet dream as far as crypto is concerned. No, Bitcoin's not dead. It's still alive and well. And so when you have people sitting down around their Christmas ham or Christmas cookies or whatever, Christmas turkey, I don't know what people eat, then people talk about Bitcoin. And a lot of times there's a rally around that time. And that might be around the time that we get pulled out of this. So for the next several days, a correction down to $38,000 as a low. And again, the reason I say $3,000 is because it could drop all the way down to $38,000. That'd be right below the CME futures gap, but it's also strong resistance here. That'd be about a $3,500 rally, actually. So I could have said $3,500, but about $3,000 rally, $3,000 correction. I am so sorry. Down to $38,000 at the lowest, and then a bounce from there is what I'm expecting. I still believe that January will be bullish. Why? Well, of course, we have the Bitcoin ETF. More than likely getting approved. Most people at this point are believing that BlackRock will get an approval, and we're beating a bit of a dead horse saying that, but we just want to keep it in mind. They probably will get an approval. It would be a little bit shocking if they were denied. BlackRock is a large enough and powerful enough company that they don't really get told no, and they're not used to that. So it'd probably, to be honest with you, kind of tick them off if they did get told no, because they're used to being able to do whatever they want with exchange-traded funds. And I'm almost certain that a lawsuit would ensue. And to be honest with you, it probably wouldn't even be a lawsuit so much as it would be a behind closed doors, you better give us what we want or we're going to rip you to shreds kind of thing with the SEC. So we'll see what happens. BlackRock will probably get the approval, and for the SEC's sake, to try and save face, I would not be at all surprised to see the SEC essentially saying yes to most or all of the ETFs all at the same time, simply so that they don't get blamed for, you're just picking winners and losers. You're just picking BlackRock because they're really big and because you don't want to upset them. They don't necessarily want to get blamed for that. So I would not be surprised to see a large influx of approvals all at the same time around multiple ETFs. So we will keep that in mind. And when that happens, I think it's going to be exceptionally bullish for Bitcoin. A lot of people are saying, hey, open shorts as soon as the BlackRock news breaks. And I could understand the rationale for that. But just keep in mind that is going to be one of the most bullish fundamental events in the history of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. All right, so let's go ahead and read some chat. I really appreciate all of you for tuning in. If you're enjoying today's video, consider hitting the like button. If you're not enjoying today's video, don't worry about it. But I do appreciate it. All right, let's read some chat. Queen said, financial sovereignty or nada. There you go. Shadrach Frost said, folks, please smash that like button right away. Takes a second and really helps this channel. Give back the love and support that Jeb brings to us on a daily basis. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much for that, Shadrach. Let's see. Support looks strong around 40. Yes, support around 40 is quite strong, and so we may hold in that region. If Bitcoin holds the 21 DEMA, we might head back up a bit. Yes, we could. If we break that downtrend on the hourly chart, we could definitely see that. Let's see. Crypto Corey said, Jeb, you have the best show for legit info. Thank you. That rhymed. You're a poet and didn't even know it. How about that? You just learned something new on the stream. You're a poet. Come back in a year when you're famous and let us know how it's going for you. Crypto Mini Bikes in chat said, good morning, Shadrach. Why would you long at the top of a rally? Yeah, exactly. I'm dollar cost averaging. If you want to call that a long, then whatever. I don't care. I expect everything that I'm buying is going to be 3 or 4 times what it's worth now, at least. Grand Roofing Incorporated said, I'm in the new barn shop we acquired due to all the snow squalls here in central Indiana. Enjoying the show, Jeb. That's awesome. That's really cool. Freedom Advocate said, sitting on my balcony in the middle of winter in shorts. You must be down here in Florida with me because I'm wearing a t-shirt. Can BlackRock ETF be pushed back to March? As far as I am aware, the legal deadline is January 15th because it's based on the number of days from the day that it was filed, which I do believe it was filed June 15th, and it's a 240-day timer, so that brings you to January 15th. So I don't think it can legally be pushed back. I don't think there's any way for them to do that legally. Bong said, Jeb, always so bearish. Always so bearish? I called like every time Bitcoin was about to rally, I'm like, guys, it's about to rally, and then it rallies. I'm like, there you go. Not always so bearish. You must be new here. Welcome to the channel. I am like, people accuse me of being a permabull all the time. Because I'm always like, well, yeah, it's going to correct, but don't worry, it's going to go into a bull market because I want to keep the spirits up, and I believe that positivity will bring you a long way so long as you don't let it blind you to reality. I believe positivity will bring you a long way. But something else that will bring you a long way is none other than the sponsor of our channel, which is NordVPN. If you guys were not already aware of NordVPN, well, welcome to the modern world. You must have like been living in caveman times and you found a time machine and wound up here, because if you've never heard about NordVPN, then you must not have been born in the 20th or 21st. Welcome is what I'm saying. Welcome to the digital age, because NordVPN's everywhere, guys. They're like the biggest sponsor of everything on YouTube. PewDiePie, Philip DeFranco, if you name it, NordVPN's a sponsor because they're a trustworthy company. They have a good product. It's that simple. I love NordVPN. I've used NordVPN for a very long time, for years, in fact. They finally reached out and they wanted to sponsor this channel basically, they wanted to sponsor our channel because they believe that we have there's a partnership here that we can do where I can help to show you guys why it's so useful to you. Let me put it that way. And the reason that NordVPN is so useful to you is because it's security architecture that is going to keep you safe from none other than malware, hackers, keyloggers, and eavesdroppers that are trying to get into your computer and steal your information so that they can log into your Coinbase and drain your account, so they can log into your Gmail and reset your two-factor authentication, so they can get into your Binance and steal your precious bonk. They want to get into your computer and look around and see if there's any private keys in there and try and steal those from you. If you have not already signed up for NordVPN, you're going to get a huge discount for a limited time only with the link in the description box down below, nordvpn.com/Jeb. And with that link, you'll be getting a huge discount plus 4 months free and be doing it risk-free with a 30-day money-back refund guarantee. So make sure to check that out with the link down below. Siro Kamai said, aloha from Hawaii, not Kauai, Hawaii. What is that song? Mene Kalikimaka is the way to say. I was here. Hello from Hawaii. Okay, let's see. I, the Beholder, said, you can be bullish and realistic. Got to get past euphoria and take profits at some point. That doesn't mean the run is done. It just means you're being logical about how the market operates. That's right. Freedom Advocate said, I'll renew my subscription with your code, Jeb. Thank you so much. NordVPN has really been enjoying the results. From the ad run that we're doing here, you guys have been really enjoying NordVPN. It's been a really good three-way cooperation between Nord, the company, between myself, the YouTuber, and between you guys, the audience, because you guys are getting an incredible product for dirt cheap. I mean, it's the highest quality product on the market, and for like the least expensive price. And the reason for that is because they're so well known. They're able to do that because of economies of scale, and so you get a great product for a great price. It's really cool. Emmanuel Davila said, Jeb, Jesus loves you. God bless your family for generations to come. Honor God with your wealth. God be with all of us. Amen. Absolutely. Let's get back into it, though. One of the things I want to talk about today is how we should approach this market from the point of view of investment and making money. Because I want to talk about this pretty much every single time I go live right now, because there is a great opportunity to make life-changing wealth right now. And many people are going to try and make it confusing, convoluted, and absolutely clandestine because they don't want you to understand how to make money. They want you to keep coming back, watching the content, reading the articles, and they don't want to just tell you flat out how to make money in the cryptocurrency space. Here's my deal. I want you, even if you only watch one of my videos, even if you only watch one of my live streams, to walk away with information that is going to make you money. Not because money is the root of all happiness. It's not. Not because money will solve all your problems. It won't. Not because money will bring you fulfillment. It can't. But because there are real problems in the real world that having money can help with. I think we can all agree with that, even if we know that money is not the root of morality. It's not. But it is an important part of our life, and we have to get it right. One of the ways that we want to get it right is finding out a way to generate some, right? It is a good thing to store up treasures that you can leave to your children and your children's children, as the good man does, as it says in Proverbs, right? We don't want to love money. We don't want to be greedy. We don't want to stomp on the poor individual. We want to help people. We want to rise up high and use that post to reach down and help those that have not yet. But to do that, we got to figure out how to actually make the money, right? For the right reasons, but we got to figure out how. So how? In this bull market, there is a very simple way to generate wealth, and I'm going to lay it out plain as day for you. Invest in the top 20 to the top 30 altcoins. Do it on a weekly basis, and keep doing it probably for at least the next 8 to 12 months. Okay? Once we get to the top, you can start... you can start laddering out of the cryptocurrency space. And if you are still watching this channel at that point in time, I will be here front and center sharing with you how to take profits on those altcoins and that Bitcoin and that Ethereum that you have invested in. If you're not watching this channel, then just look out for the markets hitting all-time high. And when some of these altcoins start hitting all-time high, maybe take a little bit off the top, maybe take your principal off the top, so you're just playing with play money from there. And then as you continue to rally, you can start laddering out. I would not start laddering out of many of these altcoins until you're approaching all-time high. A few exceptions might be XRP. You might want to take a few more profits a little bit early, just because XRP did not manage to hit all-time high last bull market. Okay? Invest in the top 20 to the top 30. This is exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting my money where my mouth is right now. Putting money into the cryptocurrency space every Friday. Just did it last Friday. Investing in what? Well, I'm invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum. I need to get some Binance. Don't have any yet. It's on a big dip, so it's a nice time to get some. XRP, I am invested in. Solana, I'm invested in. Cardano and Avalanche, I'm heavily invested in. Dogecoin, I have some of. Not a huge part of the portfolio, but it is a part of the portfolio. Why? Pumpamentals. This cryptocurrency, during all-time high last year, 2 years ago, managed to rally to 60 cents. It's at 9 cents right now. Same thing with what am I trying to say here? With SHIB. I bought a little bit of SHIB. Might not go back to all-time high, but it's going to rally a lot, I think. And I will be taking profits aggressively when it does. I'm not a long-term believer in SHIB or in Doge, but I do think they have what are known as the quote-unquote pumpamentals. Internet computer, I've started acquiring, and I'm pretty happy about that because I bought some on Friday. And let's just look here. I believe I bought some around $7, I want to say. So up 30% on that. That's pretty cool. Like to see it. A lot of people are excited about ICP. I am too. I have some concerns about many of these altcoins' unlimited supply. But it is still a fact that they have a good-looking track record as far as they have a good outlook. Cosmos, I've bought some. Uniswap, I bought some. Stellar, I've bought some. And HBAR, I've bought some. Near, VeChain, those are ones I picked up. Celestia, I've bought some. You guys were interested in me buying some of that, so I bought some of that. Got a little bit of Graph. Coinbase has this little thing where you can learn about a coin and then get like $1 in it. So I have $4 in Graph. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. Bonk. I think I bought a little bit of Bonk. You guys wanted me to get some Bonk? I think I bought a little bit. I think I did. I'll have to check. I think I did. And so Chainlink, Polygon, don't want to neglect those. Polkadot, don't want to neglect that. Have acquired that as well. So I am working on building out that altcoin portfolio. And the reason is because I have a very simple methodology that I believe in the next 12 months will be successful. It goes as follows. I use this last bull market, and I should have been more aggressive than this last bull market. This bull market, I think this will be aggressive enough, but I'm going to do stuff on top of this too. Quite simply, did the altcoin go to all-time high last bull market? As far as, was this altcoin around during the last bull market and it had a large all-time high that it is now considerably retraced from? Did it survive the bear market? Did the team survive? Did the development survive? Did the community survive? Did it die, basically? That's the second component. Did it survive? Yes? Okay. It was here in the last... let me start from scratch. Was it here during the last bull market? Yes. And it went to a major all-time high? Yes. Did it survive the bear market? Yes. Has it begun a new rally right now with that strong backing fundamental... community and team behind it and value proposition behind it? Yes. Okay, I'm going to invest in that, because if the fundamentals are the same or better and the market conditions are going to be better than they were last bull market, then it stands to reason that that altcoin would go to at least all-time high. Right? Seems simple to me. That is a very basic and conservative thesis. Actually, just it's going to go back to its all-time high. And yet, on many of these altcoins, that would be a 200 to a 300% return. You would spend decades getting that in the stock market. In this market, you may spend months, up to a year and a half. So that's my strategy. Once we hit all-time high, I will start looking at laddering out of some of these positions. If we start hitting, major rallies on some of these positions and it doesn't look like they're going to perform, then I'll ladder out of them earlier. If they're just absolutely blowing up, then might hold on to them a little longer. But the point is, I want to make a couple 100% on each one of these movements, and that will be one of the major ways that we build wealth in this coming bull market. I'm very excited about that strategy, and I'm going to continue to share it with you. And feel free to tell me what your strategy is as well. Again, it's not complicated. It doesn't need to be complicated. Everybody that wants to overcomplicate it is, frankly, just trying to make your life hard. There are things that are complicated. Technical analysis is complicated, right? There's a lot to learn there, but it can also be made simple. That's why we launched the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you guys want to learn more about technical analysis, I would highly encourage you to check out CT2A, because right now you can get it for 20% off with the coupon code Christmas 2023. The link is in the description box down below. You get 20% off CT2A lifetime access and 20% off the first year of CT2A's annual subscription if you sign up before Christmas Day ends. You're going to get access to over 45 videos and over 10 hours of high-quality educational content that's been teaching thousands of students how to do analysis in cryptocurrency for over half a decade. We have had over 5,000 students go through CT2A. CT2A was launched in 2018 and has a very long-running name in the cryptocurrency space. Many of your favorite technical analysts, I won't say any names because I don't want to take any of their credit away from them. Many of your favorite technical analysts in the cryptocurrency space got their start in CT2A. And I'm very, very proud to say that it is here, it is running, it is alive and well, and I have got big plans for this academy. I've got big, big, big plans for what we are going to be doing in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy moving into the years to come. And so if you sign up today with lifetime access, you will get access to CT2A now and forever, for a very low price, considering how much all this is worth. Guys, this is worth thousands of dollars. There are people that have gone through CT2A and gone on to make millions. And they got in back when it was $3.99. This course, if you apply it, will bring you a return much larger than the amount of money that you put into buying it. If you apply it and you put some money behind it in your trading and your investing, you will make money if you put in your side of the equation into the cryptocurrency space. It's going to happen. We also have a money-back refund guarantee if you go through CT2A and you find out that it is not for you. That is totally fine. Okay? There's a 7-day money-back refund guarantee if you've gone through less than 25% of the course. I believe that's fair. So if you go through CT2A, if you go through less than a quarter of it and you're like, I don't think this is what I'm looking for, then I will give you your money back. No one has asked for a refund yet since we relaunched it. Just so you know, we had a bunch of people signing up for it. So check it out with the link in the description box down below. Learn about technical analysis now. I cannot urge you enough, guys. Even if you don't do it through CT2A, please, whether it's through these videos or somewhere else, learn technical analysis. Please, please learn how to read the markets. Again, even if it's not with CT2A, just please learn how to do technical analysis. Because if you understand technical analysis, you will understand how to profit in these markets. Not understanding how to read the charts, I believe, is setting yourself up for failure. You can make money by simply investing in the altcoins, like I said, but you're going to make a lot more, and you're going to know what you're doing, which means that you're going to be able to do your thinking for yourself, which is a component of being financially sovereign, not just doing what some guy on YouTube says, but knowing why you're doing what you're doing, having a reason for yourself, and doing the analysis yourself personally. That will put you in a financially sovereign position. Education is the gate and key to that. Feel free to get CT2A at the link in the description box down below for 20% off using coupon code CHRISTMAS2023. And in fact, I'll go ahead and, while I'm doing that, I will update the link to include, I'll just go ahead and update the link right now so it's automatically applying the coupon code. There we go. Boom. Shadrach Frost is who's been a member for, gosh, probably almost 2 years now, said, as a CT2A member, a member of the YouTube channel, but also a member of CT2A, he said, as a CT2A member, I cannot stress enough on how investing in my knowledge helped me to make so many better decisions. I would highly recommend others to consider #CT2A. Invest in your education. Thank you, Shadrach Frost. I really appreciate your support and all of that. Thank you so much. Let's see. Jeb, you should check out Celestia/Tia. I did. I actually got some. I did. Someone said get ICP. I did. I bought some ICP. It's up 30% already. So pretty happy about that. Freedom Advocate said, I've deployed most of my cash into stocks and mutual funds. We've got a new word. Mutual funds plus crypto. I'm living way below my means too, so able to pay all my bills and continue with my current lifestyle despite inflation. Good for you. That's awesome. Living below your means is one of the best things you'll ever do. It really is one of the best things you will ever do. My wife and I, we like to go and look at Christmas lights. So we'll pile the family in the car and we'll go drive around this one neighborhood in the cryptocurrency. Gosh, you can tell I'm on the cryptocurrency train right now. We'll go and drive around this one neighborhood in our town, and it's like the rich neighborhood. It's like the rich neighborhood. Is the rich neighborhood in town. There's two of them. We'll drive around here and we look at all this, and we're like, there's this one yard. We kind of did some mental back of the napkin math, and we're like, that's about $30,000 worth of Christmas lights. And it's like a 15,000 square foot house. And I'm just sitting here like, I wonder if they actually were able to pay for all of that, or if that was on credit cards. Because you drive around this neighborhood, right? And it's really rich neighborhood. And you've got the mom and the dad walking with their one little kid, and you're like, wait a minute, these people are like 28. How do they have a $1.2 million house? Are they living below their means and doing that? Or are they a slave to that mortgage payment? I don't want to know how much stress that brings on a family being in that position. Now, for all I know, some of these people that have these $1 million homes could be living, could be making 500 grand a year, and it's just nothing to them. Maybe. I don't know. But I do know that living above your means is one of the most stressful ways that you can live your life. Live below your means. Invest like you're going to live forever. And learn like you're going to live forever. And enjoy time with the loved ones around you like you're going to die tomorrow. And you will have a happy life. Marcel Original said, "Hey, Jeb." I think that's how you pronounce it. Hey, I think that's what you were going for. You can tell me. It is always a pleasure to listen to your live streams. I'm overall positive of both stock and crypto market. Good. I'm happy for you. We'll read chat here for a few minutes and then we'll wrap it out. While I'm waiting for some chats to roll in, guys, don't forget about NordVPN. NordVPN is in the NordVPN is in the description box down below. NordVPN.com/Jeb. You're gonna get a huge discount, 4 months free, and you get it for a full money back refund guarantee, 30-day money back refund guarantee. So you've got no risk doing it. And the reason that you are going to want to sign up for NordVPN is quite simply, you can make all the money you want, but if you get hacked and somebody drains your account, you just missed out on life-changing wealth. NordVPN with a 2-year plan, I think, is like $3.99 a month. When you average it out, maybe it's like $5 a month. It's nothing for security architecture that's going to keep you safe from losing your thousands of dollars that you have invested in crypto. It's a no-brainer. Use the link down below. Sign up today. Listen, I'm not your father. Okay, I'm not your principal, but I'm just going to tell you, sign up for NordVPN. Just do yourself a favor. If you can afford it, look, if you're flat broke as a joke as a bloke and you can't afford $5 a month, I get it, okay? I've been there. But if you can afford it, do it. Just sign up down below, but please. Just do it for yourself. You're going to be keeping yourself safe. Ooh, I like this one. All right, I'm looking forward to reading this comment. David T said, "This is the worst crypto channel. Makes you sick." You're sick now. Let me just kind of scramble all the words in there. This is the sickest crypto channel. Makes you... that doesn't work. I don't know. Why is it the worst crypto channel? I'd love to know. I would love to know. Because I don't want to be the worst crypto channel. The worst crypto channel would have to be my friend Crypto Lifer. No, I'm just kidding. I love Crypto Lifer. He and I are good friends. If you're not subscribed to him, go subscribe to him. I said the only reason I felt confident to make that joke is because I knew that you guys know he doesn't suck. He's really good at what he does. And I still have to... he challenged me to a rap battle. I still got to keep working on that. You know, I've been busy with the holidays and with the new partnerships and the new videos and everything. But I gotta work on my response. And when I do work on my response, we're gonna bring the fire. You know why? Because if you guys don't know who Party in the Backyard is, he wants to make a song with me. He's been wanting to do it for like 3 years, and I think I finally might have a reason to do it. So Crypto Lifer, I don't know when I'm gonna find time to do this. So I don't know if it's gonna be anytime soon, but it's coming. It's coming. I have a professional that is trying to work with me on this. He's the guy that makes all of PewDiePie's videos. Biblical Soul Food, John 1:1-17. That's right. Shadrach Frost said, "This channel is sick. Also the best." Oh, thank you. Someone said, "David T, why are you watching?" Hey, I don't mind criticism. Bring it. Like, it doesn't bother me. If you've got something to say, feel free to say it. I was in PDQ, this chicken place, a little while ago, and I said, "Oh, well, you can't order over there. You got to order over here because they got these new kiosk things, right? And you're not allowed to talk to humans anymore. It's 2023. Come on, post-pandemic world. You don't talk to people. You press a button, and that's how you order." And my wife said, "Do you want to order over here? Or do you want to order over there?" I said, "Well, actually, I think you can only order at the kiosk. Let's go over here." And somebody said, "No, you can still order over there." And I just looked at her and I was like, "Well, thank you. I appreciate that." And she was a little bit confused. She's like, "What?" It's like, no, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. Like, thank you for telling me I was right. I would much rather be told I'm wrong and fix it than walk around being prideful and thinking I'm right all the time and just being wrong. Like, that just makes you look stupid. So, yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it out here pretty soon. If you have not already, make sure to sign up for NordVPN. Make sure to sign up for CT2A. And by the way, don't neglect the other links down there. You got Apex down there. You've got Bybit down there. You've got Lux Algo down there, of course. So feel free to check out those links down below. What does VeChain or Harmony 1 look like for the next bull run? I think they're going to do well. I want to do more research into them specifically, but I believe that they're going to do well. Crypto Corey said, "You're the only channel that quickly admits you were wrong on a view." Ultimately, being able to be humble, I think, comes from a place of confidence. I am confident that I know what I'm doing with technical analysis. I've been doing it for a very long time. I'm not prideful, and I will tell you, as far as it's prideful to say I'm not prideful, right? But I hope I'm not prideful. But I'm pretty quick to tell you if I'm not so sure what's going to happen. But I'm also pretty quick to tell you if I believe that something is going to happen and I'm confident in it. And if I'm wrong, I'll tell you. Look, I'm not here to boast or to brag or to try and make myself out to be something that I'm not. I'm here to help you guys, and it doesn't help you guys at all for me to just be patting my ego by pretending I got everything figured out when I don't. I don't, guys. I'm 23. Like, people think I'm like this old guy in crypto because I've been here for 6.5 years. I am one of the old guys in crypto. I've been here before most of your favorite YouTubers. But I started when I was 17, right? So I'm still learning a lot about life. I got a lot to figure out. I do not have it all figured out, but I do have some things figured out, and some things I do have figured out very well. Technical analysis is one of them. Financial sovereignty is in that category as well. And those things that I would consider myself to be experts on, I want to share with you. And so that's why we do what we do. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned. We got more content. I'm going to be working kind of part-time this week, so I'm going to be doing the stream and a little bit more, but I'm probably going to be getting off around 1 or 2 today. And for the rest of this week, so we can really just invest in our time together as a family. I encourage you to do the same thing because you can have all the money in the world, but I guarantee you your wife cares more about you being there than having an extra zero in your bank account, so long as you know you're not going bankrupt. You know, it's a little bit different if you're on the verge of bankruptcy and it's like, no, you got to go work 80 hours a week so we don't go bankrupt. I get that. But if you got a relatively stable finances, your wife and your kids, I'm speaking to the men here because the men are the ones that are typically going to be workaholics this season. Your wife and your family need you more than they need you to work full-time 1 week, right? So I'm just going to level with you. That's something that I'm trying to be good about, and I want to make sure that I encourage you guys to be good about. Spend time with your family. This is the best time of the year to do it, all right? So I'm going to be kind of working part-time this week. All the content's going to still be going out. A lot of the stuff I'm working on behind the scenes I'm going to put on pause until next week. Probably going to take off Monday and Tuesday next week, but I'm going to try and pre-record some content this week so you still have something. Not finalized on what days I'm going to be taking off for Christmas. I'll definitely be taking off Monday. I'll probably be taking off Tuesday. I'll give you guys more information on that when I know. For now, though, make sure you sign up for Nord and for CT2A. Those are the two products that we share with you guys that are on big sales right now, so make sure to check those out. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Merry Christmas and peace.
Oh, I got a real good